Good morning, children. Welcome to your video lecture of English. So today we will be going to continue the chapter. The chapter is A Gift of Chappals. So in the previous video we have discussed the first part of the chapter, and in this video we will be going to discuss the second part of the chapter. Okay. So in the first part of the chapter I have explained the first section of the chapter, and in this we will be going to discuss the second section of the chapter. So if you want to know the detailed explanation of the chapter first part, you can go through the video of previous video, and for the second part we will discuss it in this video. So before going to the second part of the chapter, I would like to give you a very small very small summary of the first part, so you can recall that what we have read in the first video. Okay, so we know that this chapter is about that how children perceive things, how they act upon things very differently, how they have their different understanding, and according to their own understanding they act upon the things. Okay, so in this chapter there are three main characters, that is Ravi, Meena and Mridu. Okay, so what happened one day, Ravi and Meena were visited by Mridu, and she left her slipper at the gate with a pair of slipper which was very old. Okay, they were old and they were dusty, and due to the dust the color of the slipper seems like it is grey in color. Okay, so what happened, Ravi then took Mridu to the backyard of their house, and in the backyard he showed her that they are keeping a kitten in their backyard. Okay, both Ravi and Meena were keeping a kitten at the backyard of their house. Okay, and after telling this secret, he also told her that they are secretly keeping the kitten as it might annoy the grandmother. And Ravi also commented on the fact that how double standard elders have. How? Because he said that they, our elder tell us to be kind to animals, but when we are kind to animals they say that don't bring this dirty creature in our home or in our house. So after telling all of this, he also added that how difficult it is for him to feed the kitten. Okay, how much difficulty he is facing to just bring a glass of milk to the little kitten. And after telling all of these, he's crying. After telling all of these, he also told Mridu that the name of the kitten is Mahindran. Okay, and after knowing the name of the kitten, Mridu was really impressed by the fact that the name of the kitten is not just a cute goody name. It is actually a name. So she was very impressed by the fact. And also after telling this, Ravi told her the story that how ancient this cat is. She is an ancienter of a king, and she is also worshipped by the people in Egypt. So all of these were happening, and suddenly what happened? Suddenly they both heard a sound, and after hearing the sound, Mridu got she felt like from where this sound is coming from, and she asked Ravi that who is playing this sound, and Ravi told her that this sound is the sound of violin that is played by Lali. Okay, so this was the first part of the chapter. Now let's move on to the second part of the chapter, that what happened after all of that. Okay, so Lali sitting a little distant away, awkwardly holding her violin and her elbows just out and her eyes glazed with concentration. Okay, so you can see that what happened in the previous part, that Lali, Ravi and Mridu, all three of them, they went to the window, and they crept over the window to see just that from where the voice is coming from. And while they were looking inside, they saw that Lali is sitting over there playing her violin, she is sitting in a very uncomfortable position, and she is playing a violin. She is holding the violin as if it is not something she is very fond of, or she was not actually enjoying it. Okay, so after that, what happened is, and after, yes, in front of her, with most of his back to the window, was the bony figure of the music master. So here you can see that the music master is sitting at the sitting his back, sitting where the back of his is towards the window. Okay, and he had a mostly bald head with a fringe of oil black hair falling around his ear, and an old-fashioned tuft. So you can see that how is the appearance of the music master. He is a bony figure, right? He is a bony figure, and all of his head is bald. And he is having a black hair which is falling on the ear of his ears. Okay, and he also have a ponytail. Okay, a gold chain glimpsed around his leathery neck. Okay, so he is also wearing a gold chain over his neck, and what else, he is also having a diamond ring which is glittering on his hand as it glided up and down the stem of the violin. So while he is playing the violin, you can see the instrument here. So while he is playing the violin, and he is having a diamond ring on his hand, so he is, with the movement of his hand, the ring is also shining, and it is moving up and down. Okay, after that, after all of this, this is basically the description of the music master, that how he is sitting over there. Okay, and how he is playing the music, how his music is different from the student. Okay, she is Lali, and he is the music master of Lali. Okay, after that, what happened, he was playing the music. Okay, here he is playing the music, and his music is very beautiful. It is as if a melody. Okay, it is as if a pure melody. And while on the other hand, Lali is playing the music as if it is totally, just off the track. She is playing it as if so the music master's note seems to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible track of the melody. It was like the wheels of a train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along. As Ravi said, Mridu started at the huge brinch hand, moving effortlessly up the violin's stem, making lovely music. There was Lali darling again. What was happening? The music master was playing a perfect melody, as if a train is moving in the perfect platform, perfect rails, and whizzing along the while it is moving. It seems like that. And on the other hand, there is Lali, who is very uncomfortable with the music. She is not playing it as if she wants to play. It is very bad melody, or you can say uncomfortable melody. Okay, so after this, all of this was happening inside the house, and then what happened, Ravi suddenly hears a sound, and he tells Mridu that, listen, there is someone wailing from the gate. Wailing means what? Wailing means someone. It means someone who is crying with pain. Okay, so Ravi told Mridu that here can you hear the sound? Someone is wailing from the gate, and they hear a sound of person who is saying Amma, Amma. Okay. Then what happened? Ravi's mother, Rukmani, she came out, and she told Ravi that send that beggar away. Okay, so who was there, who was wailing at the gate of their house? There was a beggar out there, and he was basically crying okay, crying over there. He was wailing with he was crying with pain, okay. And Rukmani came there and she told Ravi that go and send the beggar away from the gate, okay. Then what happened after this? When Rukmani told Ravi to go and send that beggar away, their grandmother also came out from the house, and she says that he has been coming here every day for the past week, and it's time he found another house to beg from, okay. So the grandmother came inside came outside, and she says that he is coming, the beggar is coming every day here, and he is always crying in front of our gate, and he is always begging for the whatever food or whatever he wanted. He is always begging here. So the grandmother says that now it's time for him to found a new house. Now it's time that he go and found himself a new house to beg in front of, okay. So all of these things were happening there. So what happened next is Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden, making himself quite at home, okay. So what happened after when Ravi's mother told her that go and send that beggar away, and also their grandmother told them that you should go, that beggar is always coming in front of our gate and always sitting there as if it is his house, okay. So what happened? Ravi went outside to chase the beggar away, and while he was going outside, what happened? Mridu and Meena also followed Ravi, okay. And they saw that the beggar is sitting at their garden as if it is his home, okay. He is making himself very comfortable over there, that it is his house, or you can say home. He had separated his upper cloth. He had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the arms to appear. So what happened? They went outside to see the beggar, and the beggar was comfortable over there. They went there, they saw that the beggar is he has put his upper cloth upper cloth he had spread his upper cloth down in the in the garden, and over that particular cloth he has sat on that, and he was taking a he was just ready to take a nap over there. He was just there, and they saw that he is leaning on the trunk of the tree, okay. This is the trunk of the tree. He is leaning on over it, and he was just about to sleep under the neem tree, okay. And then what happened? Ravi said to the beggar that go away. My party says it's time you found another house to beg from, okay. What he did, he went outside. He also said that he went outside and told the beggar that it's time for him to go away. And he also said that his grandmother says that it's it was time for him to find a new house to beg from. Next, what happened is, the ladies of the house are very kind souls. I have kept my body and soul together on their generosity for a whole week. I cannot believe that they would turn me away. So who said this? The beggar said that the ladies of these house are very generous. They are very kind to me, and due to their generosity, due to their kindness, I have kept myself alive for a whole week. So I don't believe that the woman of this house, or you can say, yes, the woman of this house is chasing me away now after a week. After saying that, I don't believe that the ladies of this house wants to chase me away. What he did, he again, in his very crumble, in his very wailing voice, again shouted that Amma, Amma. Okay, so he is referring to the ladies of the house. And after that, after hearing this, what happened? Rukmani, she was really fed up. She sounded really fed up, and she said that, Ravi, tell him there's nothing left in the kitchen, and he's not to come again. Tell him that. So what Rukmani said, that she was actually fed up that he's always coming to the from a week is coming in front of their house and wailing all the time that amma amma, and she was fed up with the fact that he is always there. So she told her child that, Ravi, tell the beggar that he should leave this place, as we don't have anything to eat in the kitchen. So Rukmani shouted all this very loudly. So Ravi didn't have to repeat it all to the beggar. What his mother said had been easy for them to hear. There under the neem tree, the beggar sat up and sighed. Means what happened next, as her mother was as Ravi's mother was really loud, so Ravi didn't have to repeat what her mother said, and it was easy for the beggar to also hear the thing that she wants the beggar to go from the go from there. Okay, so what happened, the beggar then said that, I'll go, but I am weary. What is the meaning of weary? Weary means tired. Okay, it means tired. So only let me have a rest here under this tree. Okay, what happened, he said that, okay, after hearing that she also wants him to go, so the beggar said that, I'll go, but please, because I'm very tired, so let me rest for some time under the tree. And he also said that the sun is so hot that the tar has melted on the road. The tar is melted on the road. My feet are already blistered. What is the meaning of blistered? Blistered means that it is burning, you can say. Okay, so what happened, the beggar said that, please let me rest under the tree when the sun will set. Sun is right now sun is very hot, and the tar means the flow the black thing that from the road is made up of. Okay, so he said that due to the heat of the sun, what is happening, tar on the road is melting, and due to that particular thing, if I am moving on that particular road, what is happening, my feet are burning. Okay, so he also then showed the feet of it. So what happened, after telling them that it is very hot and he can't walk barefootedly on the ground because it is burning out there, and he also stretched out his feet after that. Okay, he stretched out his feet to show large pink peeling blisters on the soles of his bare feet. Okay, so he stretched out his feet and he showed that how his feet is burning due to the sun, that because the tar is melting on the road. Okay, so after seeing this, what happened, Ritu said that, I suppose he doesn't have the money to buy chappals. Okay, she said that, I think that he don't have money to buy chappals. So she asked Ravi and Meena that, have you got an old pair somewhere in the house? Okay, she asked Ravi that, do you have any pair of chappals at your home, old pair of chappals at your home? Okay, so Ravi said that, I don't know, ours are too small to fit his feet, or we'd have given them to him. Okay, so what he said, that I don't know that do we have any pair of chappals at home, and he also said that, my feet is very small. Okay, so due to that, because it is very small, so I can't give my chappals to him, or otherwise I would have already had given my chappals to him. Okay, so then what happened, the beggar was shaking out his upper cloth and tightening his dhoti. He raised his eyes and looked fearfully at the road gleaming in the afternoon heat. Okay, So when the when Ravi tell that I don't have extra, I don't know that we have extra slippers or not, I would have given my, if my slippers would have fitted into his feet. And after that, what happened, the beggar stood up, he took the upper cloth of his and he shook off it, because as you know that he had uh, put it his upper cloth on the ground, so it might have contained some dust. Okay, so he have shook off the upper cloth, he has tightened his dhoti, and he looked very fearfully on the road, gleaming. What is the meaning of gleaming? It means luminous, or you can say a surface that is reflecting light. Okay, so here it means that the sun was so bright that the the black road was shining. Okay, it was reflecting light back. Okay, after seeing this, what happened, Mridu, she said that he needs something on his feet. Okay, she said that he needs something on his feet. It's not fair for him to walk on the he walked barefootedly on the road. Mridu spoke in a voice choked and feeling her big eyes feelings, her big eyes filling. Okay, what happened, she was actually very sad by the fact that he had to walk on the ground barefootedly. So her voice was shaking, she was actually feeling very sad for the beggar. Okay, after that, what happened, Ravi said that, shh, I am thinking about it. Blubbering, it's not fair, isn't going to help in 2 minutes. He'll be frying with his feet. Wait a second. On the road. So what happened? Ravi said that you don't have to feel so sad and mumble that it's not fair, it's not fair. It is not going to solve the problem in 2 minutes. Okay, and he'll be frying his feet if he is going to walk on the burning tar. Then what happened, Ravi, he asked Mridu and Meena that what he needs is a pair of chappals. So where do we get them? Come and let's search the house. Okay, he asked both her sister that let's go inside the house and search for some chappals. Okay, so what happened? Just as she stepped into the veranda, Mridu's eyes fell on the old looking chappals she had noticed when she arrived. So you know that the starting of the chapter we have it was told to us that Mridu came inside the house and she saw a pair of chappals who were dusty. Okay, so while they walked into the veranda, they saw that there was a pair of slippers over there. Okay, and that slippers looked very old, so she saw that particular slipper and she said that, Ravi, whose are those? These are just the right size. Okay, she saw the chappals and it was very dusty, so she asked Ravi that whose are those, and it is the perfect size for the beggar. Okay, after that, Ravi turned and glanced at the shabby looking chappals, but old slippers he beamed and nodded. So what happened, he looked at the chappals and he thought that these pair of chappals are old. Okay, and he nodded to Mridu that yes, it is the perfect size for the beggar to wear in his feet. Okay, so what happened, Mridu and Meena followed him nervously back into the garden. Here, wear these and don't come back. So what happened, they took the chappals from the veranda and they went to the garden, and Ravi gave those chappals to the beggar and he asked the beggar that you don't need to come back to the to our house anymore. Pushed, and what happened, the beggar took the chappals, he pushed his feet into the chappals and he muttered a blessing to the children. Okay, he blessed the children that you have helped me, so he was actually blessing those children. Okay, after this, what happened after this, they were in the garden playing their game. The music master came out from the house and took an unappreciative look at the three of them sitting quietly under the tree playing marbles. Okay, they were playing the marbles. So he looked at those children and he was very, his looks on his face were unappreciable. Then he searched for his chappals in the veranda where he had put them. Okay, so those chappals, the old looking chappals, was of the music master. Then what happened, he called Lali. Okay, have you seen my chappals, my dear? He called Lali and asked him that, have you seen my chappals, my dear? I remember having kept them here. Let's search every corner of the veranda. He asked Lali that, do you have seen my chappals? And if not, I know that I have put my chappals here. So let's search the whole veranda for my chappals. Then what happened after that? So what happened after asking Lali, they both were searching in the garden, into the veranda, and after that, while they were searching, the music master said that brand new they were. I went all the way to Mount Road to buy them. They cost a whole month fee. Do you know? So he told Lali that those chappals were brand new. I have went to Mount Road to buy them and they were brand new. And also they cost me a whole month fee. All of these the music master told Lali, and after that Lali went inside to tell her mother that. Okay. So Lali went inside the house and she told everything to her mother. Okay. After that, Rukmani appeared looking harassed and Pati followed her. Okay. The grandmother also followed Rukmani, and Rukmani said that where could they have been? It's really quite upsetting to think someone might have stolen them. Okay, so Rukmani said that it is very upsetting to think that someone might have stolen the chappals of music master. So and then Pati said that so many vendors come to the door. Then after what happened, Rukmani asked the children that have you seen anyone wandering around the veranda, and do you think that someone would have stolen the chappals? The V-shaped line had formed between her eyebrows. Whose eyebrows? Here it's being the description of Rukmani. Okay, so it is saying that a V-shaped line had been formed between her eyebrows. Another straight tightening and appeared in place of a usually soft, pleasant mouth. Rukmani was angry. Through Mridu with a ship. Thought Mridu with a ship. So this was Mridu's thinking. Okay, she thought that my aunt is very angry right now. Okay, she is angry that someone has stolen the chappals of music master. Okay. Okay, so Mridu thought in her mind that she wouldn't be so upset if she knew about the poor beggar with sore on his feet. Okay, she thought that she wouldn't be this much upset about the fact that the chappals are lost, because if she would have known the fact that the beggar was in a need of those chappals. Then what happened? Mridu tell everything to Rukmani, that Rukmani, there was a beggar here. Poor thing, he had such boys on his feet. Okay, she told everything to Rukmani that there was a beggar there, and we saw that his feet were his feet were injured. So after hearing this, what happened? Rukmani, she turned to Ravi and she said that, so you gave the music master's chappals to the old beggar who turned up here. Okay, so she asked to Ravi that, so what you have done, you have given the chappals of music master to the beggar who was here before. Okay, children these days. Who said this? Grandmother. She says that children these days. Okay, she was basically like, oh my god, these children, they don't think about it, think and then act. Okay, so what happened? Ravi then said that, Amma, didn't you tell me tell me about Kama, who gave away everything he had, even his gold earrings, as he was so kind and generous. Okay, so basically here Ravi is justifying his act that he had helped the beggar. So after hearing this, Rukmani, she was shocked and she said that, silly, Kama didn't give away other people's things, he only gave away his own. She told him that Kama gave his own things. He was not actually taking other people's thing and giving it to other people. Okay. After this, what happened? Then Ravi said that, but my chappals wouldn't have fitted the beggar feet. And Amma, if they did fit, would you really not have minded? Okay. So he asked his party, his grandmother, that, or grandmother, not mother, that if I would have given my choppers, they would have not fitted the feet of the beggar. And even if I would have, didn't you know you really, he asked her part grand sorry not grandmother, he asked his mother a question, that if I would have, wouldn't you have minded it that I have given my chappals to the beggar? Okay, after hearing this, what happened? Rukmani was really shocked. She then asked Ravi that, how dare you speak to me like that? Go inside the house this right minute. Okay, she was actually angry and she asked Ravi to go inside the house right now. Okay, then after what happened, she went inside and she bring a new pair of slippers. These should fit you, sir. Please put these on. I am so sorry, my son has been very naughty. Okay, she went inside the house and she bring a pair of chappals for the music master, and she asked the music master to wear those chappals, and also she asked for forgiveness, that please, you know I'm so sorry that my child was so naughty. Okay, then what happened? Well, I suppose these will have to do. Okay, the music master's eyes lit up. Okay, the music master's eyes lit up. He put the new chappals on, trying not to look so happy. He tried to look not so happy because he wanted those chappals. He was very happy that his we know that the chappals of music master was very old. It was very bad. The shape of the chappals were very bad. Now he is getting a new chappals in the place of the old ones. But he wanted to he wanted to remain calm, so he was not showing that he is very happy with the fact that he is getting a new pair of slippers. Okay, after that, what happened? While the music master was going away, he said that these days children are very disrespectful. Okay, they don't have any respect for elders. And he said also, by going, that Hanuman can only save these type of children because they are very naughty. And after hearing this, Rukmani was actually not happy by the fact that the music master had called his son a monkey. Okay, and she asked, then the music master left, and she asked Mridu to come inside the house and take a tiffin with her, tiffin. And she also said that, how do you children even think about all of these things? Okay, they all went inside the house, and Rukmani said that, thank God that your Gopu Mama doesn't wear these chappals to work. Okay, and but she always, wait a second, students. Okay, she then says that, but he always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he come home. Okay, she was telling all of these to the children, that your Gopi Mama, it's very good that your Gopi Mama didn't wear the chappals to his workplace, but you know that as soon as he reaches home, he throw his shoes away, he throw his socks away, and he wants to wear the chappals because it is comfortable. Then Ravi said, what's your mama going to say this evening when I tell him I gave his chappals to the music master? This is what Ravi said to Mridu, that what is your mama going to say after he know that the that the music master has taken his slippers away. Basically, she then wondered. She was thinking about that how she is going to tell all the story to his to Gopu Mama, and how she is going to tell that. This was the end of the chapter. I hope all of you have understood the chapter, and if you have any query regarding the chapter, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.